Jaya Kunjali Bhari Jayo Radha Madhava Jaya Kunjali Bhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jara Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jara Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Jaya Kunjali Bhari Jayo Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha Jayo Jagannatha Jayo Baladeva Subhadamayi Jaya Sudasana Jaya Krishna Balaram Jayo Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jayo Krishna Balaram Jayo Gandharvika Giridhari Gandharvika Giridhari Gaurahari Jayo Jagannatha Jayo Baladeva Subhadramayi Jaya Sudasana Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Anantare Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Anantare Jayo Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jayo Jaya Prabhupada Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayan Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaivam Narottam Devim Saraswati Vyasa Tadodayamudre Nashtapraya Subhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavate Naitike Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Mukam Karoti Vachalum Pango Langere Gri Yatkapatamangam Mande Shri Guru Dina Karanam Paramananda Madam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hare Krishna, welcome all the devotees for Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. I seek blessing from all the devotees so that I can speak the Bhagavatam in the parampara for the pleasure of Krishna and the devotees and my own purification. So today we will be reciting the second canto, third chapter, pure devotional service, sloka number 10. It's very popular sloka. Prabhupada is repeatedly quoting for various classes. Akamaha sarva kamo va moksha kama udarate Triverena bhakti yogena yajate purusham param Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udarate Trivena bhakti yogena yajatane purusham param Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udarate Trivena bhakti yogena yajante purusham param. Word by word meaning. Akama, one who has a transcendental all material desire. Sarva kama, one who has the sum total of material desire. Va, either. Moksha kama, one who desire liberation. Udarate, with a broader intelligence. Tivirena, with a great force. Bhakti yogena, by the devotional service to the Lord. Ijante, should worship Purusham, the Lord, Puram, the Supreme Whole. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation, a person who has a broader intelligence, whether he be full of all material desire, without any material desire, or desiring liberation, must by all the means worship the Supreme Whole, the Personality of Godhead. The purport, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, is described in the Bhagavad Gita as a Purushottama, or Supreme Personality. It is He only who can award the liberation to the impersonalists by absorbing such aspirants in the Brahma Jyoti, the bodily rays of the Lord. The Brahma Jyoti is not separate from the Lord, as a glowing sun rays is not independent of the sun globe. Therefore, one who desires to merge into the Supreme Personality, personal Brahma Jyoti, also worship the Lord by Bhakti Yoga. As recommended here in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhakti Yoga is especially stressed here as a mean of all perfection. In the previous chapter, it has been stated that Bhakti Yoga is the ultimate goal of both jnana and karma jnana and sorry, uh, both karma yoga and jnana yoga. And in the same way, in this chapter, it is emphatically described that Bhakti Yoga is the ultimate goal of the different varieties of worship of different demigods. Bhakti Yoga, thus being supreme means of self-realization, is recommended here. Everyone must therefore seriously take up the method of Bhakti Yoga, even though one aspires for the material enjoyment or liberation from the material bondage. Akamaha is the one who has no material desire. A living being, naturally being a part and parcel of Supreme Lord, who Puram as his natural function to serve the Supreme Being, just as a part and parcel of the body or the limb of the body are naturally meant to serve the complete body. Desirable means therefore not to be inert like the stone, but to be conscious of one's actual position and thus desire satisfaction only from the Supreme Lord. Srila Jiva Goswami has explained in the desirelessness as Brahma Bhajananiya Parama Purusham Sukhe Matra Swas Sukatvam in his Sandarbha. This means that one should feel the happy only by experiencing the happiness of Supreme Lord. The institutions of the living being is sometimes manifested even during the conditioned stage of the living being in the material world, and such an institution is expressed in the manner of altruism, philanthropy, socialism, communism, etc. By the undeveloped mind of the less intelligent person in the mundane field, such as the outlook of the doing good to others in the form of society, community, family, country or humanity is partial manifestation of the same original feeling in which a pure living entity feels happiness by the happiness of the Supreme Lord. Such superb feelings were exhibited by the demoiselle of the Vrajabhumi for the happiness of the Lord. The gopis loved the Lord without any return, and this is a perfect exhibition of the akama spirit. Kama spirit, or the desire of for one's own satisfaction, is fully exhibited in the material world, whereas the spirit of the akama is fully exhibited in the spiritual world. Though thought of becoming one with the Lord or being merged in the Brahma Jyoti can also be exhibited of Brahma karma spirit if they are desired to one own satisfaction to be free from the material desire. A pure devotee does not want liberation so that he may be relieved from the miseries of life. Even without so-called liberation, a pure devotee is aspirant from the satisfaction of the Lord. Influenced by the Kama spirit, Arjuna declined to fight in the Kurukshetra battle because he wanted to save his relatives from his own satisfaction. But being a pure devotee, he agreed to fight in the instructions of the Lord because he came to his sense and realized that the satisfaction of the Lord is at the cost of his own satisfaction was his primary duty. Thus he became akama. That is a perfect stage of perfect living being. Udaradiya means one who has a broader outlook. People with a desire of material enjoyment worship the small demigods, and such intelligence is condemned in Bhagavad Gita as Krita Jnana. The intelligence of who has lost his senses. One cannot obtain any result from the demigods without getting sanction from the Supreme Lord. Therefore, a person with a broader outlook can see that the ultimate authority is the Lord, even for their material benefit. Under the circumstance, one with a broader outlook, even with a desire for the material enjoyment or for liberation, should take to the worship of the Lord directly. And everyone, whether an Akama or Sakama or Mokshakama, should worship the Lord with a great experience. This implies that Bhakti Yoga may be perfectly administered without any mixture of karma or jnana. As the unmixed sun rays is very forceful and is therefore called Tivera. Similarly, the unmixed Bhakti Yoga of hearing, chanting, etc. may be performed by one and all regardless of the inner motive. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjalakshalakhya Chakshurumiलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्वापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा माया तदाम्बि सम्पदाख्यं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सागरनरघुनाथामृतं तं तद्जीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादा सागन रघुनाथ तम तम तजीवम साद्वैतम सावधूतम परिजन सहितम कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम श्री राधा कृष्ण पादा सागन रघुनाथ सागन ललिता श्री विशाखाम च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विषपानुसुदेवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रे वांछाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुएव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो पंकजनाभाय नमो पंकजमालिने नमो पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रे हरे कृष्णा वेलकम once again for the Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. Today we will be reciting the second canto, third chapter, sloka number 10. This is someone born of the what if somebody is having the material desire. Because till last class we were discussing about the various demigods for the worshipping of the various material desires. Like this is so nice it is. Just a small caption only. We just see. One who desires the domination over the kingdom or the empire should worship the Manus. One who desires victory over the enemy should worship the demons. One who desires sense gratification should worship the moon. But one who desires nothing material enjoyment should worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here itself the 9th sloka itself we say that if one doesn't have any material desire, he should worship the Supreme Lord. Only people who are having desire, they can. A person who has a border intelligence, whether he is full of. Sorry. So, what happens if somebody is having desire? Should he have? Should he can? He can't worship the Supreme Lord? No, still he can proceed. That's what today's sloka is talking about. So, even if a person having material desire, still he can worship the Supreme Lord. And get, because even the demigod purport also said, even the demigods has to get the sanction from the Lord Krishna. So, let us go what this sloka trying to tell us. Anya Abhilasha Sunyam. So, this is a sloka from the Bhagavad Gita who doesn't want to nurture any material desire. So, he don't want to, who is convinced that I should be returning, nurturing any desire. So, he don't want to desire, he don't want it, he wants to seize it, and rather I should be aspire to please the Lord. So, such people, renounced people. The person will all desire, which means all desires. So, his complete material desires called all desire. Even a person with a intense desire for liberation, all can see no desire, having all desire, and the desire, liberation also a desire only. So such people also, so Udara Dina means the person has a good intelligence. So all the above people also can worship Supreme Lord. Similarly, Udara Dina, who is that? He is an intelligent person. We should understand the evolved faith. They have complete faith. If he has a good intelligence, will worship the Supreme Lord pure with a pure bhakti. So, Bhakta means it is clear definition that they are intelligent people, intelligent class. If the person worshipping a demigod is unintelligent, his faith is not evolved fully. Means partially he has some little benefit with God, so he keep that as a faith and he continuing worshipping the demigods. How is a pure bhakti? How is that the pure bhakti? If he is sarvakama and moksha kama, we told no, even if he is a sarvakama, moksha kama can also. That pure bhakti, how it will come? We have understood that pure bhakti means anya abhilasa in the sunyam. Anya abhilasa the sunyam means no material desire, no other goal. The goal is to please Krishna and the goal be a pure. Goal should be pure. Jnana karmadi means attain the goal should be also pure. So even the path also means also should be pure. The goal should be pure, the path also should be pure. So that is a pure Navamida Bhakti we have talked about that. So Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam, no, that is what that Navamida Bhakti. So that you have to practice without the contamination of jnana, karma and yoga. So without the contamination of these things, means not in touch with that. So if you practice Navamida Bhakti, then this is the definition for the pure devotional service. So we have to understand that what do you mean by pure devotional service. Pure devotional service means he should practice the Navamida Bhakti without the contamination of jnana, karma and yoga. Akama. So here in this sloka says about akama means mind, so self. Sarva kama means world, all the material desire. So akama means whatever desire I have. Sarva kama means all the material desires. Moksha kama means desire for the liberation. These are the three categories we are talking about. How come a sarva kama and moksha kami perform a pure bhakti? Triverna bhakti yogena. So how is it possible? The Triverna bhakti yogena means there is therefore indicated jnana, karma and yoga. Jnana, karma, anavriti bhakti. That is called Triverna bhakti yoga means jnana, karma, the anavrita bhakti. So it doesn't have the jnana, karma, yoga in that. What is it? Even though someone may have the other desires, other than the exclusive desire to please Krishna. So he has his goal is to please Krishna, and also he has a sideline of other desire also. Like we have the people as immediate liberation and gradual liberation. So gradual liberation people, what happens? They want to their goal is liberation, but they want to enjoy the material things also and seize it and then proceed to the this thing. Liberation. Before liberation, they want to do that way. So here it is, even someone may have the other desire. That's what that other desire, other than the exclusive desire to please. So here for the bhaktas, how the Ashtanga yogis has the liberation plus material enjoyment. Here also bhaktas have worship, please the Krishna, and also they have some material desires also. But at least willing to fulfill those desires through practice of Navamida Bhakti. So their goal is please the Krishna, but path is also Navamida Bhakti. So through the Navamida Bhakti, they are practicing it to fulfill even the desire. Okay, and not mixing with the jnana, karma and yoga. Such person is said to be the Udari. Udari means a good intelligent person. Even though which means that those who don't have the good intelligence, I don't have good intelligence, they worship demigods. So, people who are less intelligent people, they depending on the demigods, and faith has sufficiently not evolved. So they didn't have the complete faith. That's why that they started worshipping the demigod. Those who are evolved faith means fully evolved faith means they're like evolved means that moon. If for example, there's a waxing moon and full moon. So full moon is full completely. It is grown up. Waxing moon is or new moon is it's a zero. So waxing moon is decreasing. So here the incomplete faith people having those people worship the demigods. The best form of the worship is Krishna is Jnana Karmadi Navata Bhakti. So how to worship? Without the tint of Jnana, Yoga and Karma. The Bhagavad Gita also mentioned many times that people who have the material desires are not so much criticized. So we should not criticize the people who are having material desire. That is, it is a message for the devotees. Somebody wants some watch some TV, you should not, oh, you are not a devotee, you are so much of materialistic, you are watching it. So we should not criticize them. Okay. As long as they are watching it for the devotional purpose, it's allowable. But those who worship the demigods are criticized. Here, if they are not for the devotional purpose, if the same TV is placed for the sense gratification, and so that has been criticized. Here also, who worship the demigod, that is criticized. We should not do that way. As an example, Krishna says, an example is, Krishna says in the 7th chapter, 4 kind of people who are surrendered to Krishna. Who are all they? Artho. Artho means one who has material desire. Arthati, those who desire some material desire, material wealth, so they want to make some money and all. Jignasu, one who materially inquisitive, want to know more. And Jnanis, so one who inclined towards the Jnana. So these are the 4 kind of people, they are surrendered to Krishna. Krishna himself is declared. All these 4 kind of people are magnanimously intelligent, they are very intelligent, which means that he is not really criticizing them. He is not criticizing them for having material desires. Of the 4 people, Jnani is the superior because he has no material desire at all. So, Udarati, if one has more evolved intelligence, one has a more evolved intelligence, born out of the more evolved faith, they will try to fulfill those desires. So that's what we are repeated saying that. Fully, evolved fully. Okay, by worshipping the, repeat, Udarati means if one has a more evolved intelligence, he is fully intelligent person and born out of the more evolved faith. How it is, his faith also more. They will try to fulfill those desires by worshipping the Supreme Lord. Because they are smart, intelligent people. So, by associating with the Lord, their senses also getting purified and satisfied. The personality of Godhead through the Jnana Karmadi Anavata Bhakti. How they are doing? Jnana Karmadi. So, no Jnana, no contamination from the Jnana, Karma and Yoga. This brings up a popular myth. So there's a big controversy is going on this topic. The sloka number 2.3.10, in this sloka, the person, whether he is a no material desire or all material desire or desire for liberation, if he is intelligent, so all these conditioned people, if they are intelligent, fully evolved faith, he will worship the Supreme Lord. He has a faith, then he will start worshipping that Jnana Karmadi Anavata Bhakti through that. The popular argument, oh, are you not free from the material desire? Then you can't give up the practice of Varnashram Dharma. That means samskaras you have to add on to that. So those devotees who are material desire as a goal and not the anarthas. So material desire you can have, but that should not have any anarthas. That is the bottom line. Let us give them a benefit of doubt. What is the teaching of Srimad Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavatam teaches us, even if one may have the material desire, if he is evolved intelligent, he will perform Jnana Karmadi Anavati Bhakti. That's guaranteed. It is given in the to fulfill. No, this is not the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. If your goal is compromise, you don't have to compromise the means. So that means you have to want to serve the Lord, to please the Lord. Simultaneously, you also have the desire to enjoy. This is your goal is got deviated. But you don't have to compromise on the means. You are practicing Navadya Bhakti, continue with the Navadya Bhakti. That purifies. Means can be pure. So your means should be pure. That is important. Without the pinch of jnana, karma, and yoga. What are the advantages of means is pure? So you will ask, come back to that. What is the advantage? Why we have the means should be clean? So if the means is pure, okay, Jiva Goswami says, you will very quickly be, your goal become very pure. For you, for the benefit, I can tell an example is, there is no point in inventing so much of luxurious cars, sophisticated cars, unless the road is clean, means road is perfect. If the road is perfect, then any kind of car, so it will give the good mileage and perform well. So that's what the path is so important. So that will very quickly your goal become pure. So when the means is good, the goal also getting purified. Though you have a tinge of interest on material, that also gets purified. When you practice Jnana Karmadi Anavarta Bhakti, you also try to associate with the people who are practicing Jnana Karmadi Anavarti Bhakti. So all are having same birds flock together. So we should be associated with such people, so that in that way there is a good chance that many of those practice the Jnana Karmadi Anavarti Bhakti, they also has the Anya Abhilasha Shunyam. So ultimately what happens, your goal is purified, your path is, because the path is clean, so your desires will get purified. So you will be aligned with Krishna's pleasure is your pleasure. Therefore, with association you may also become a pure devotee. Even aspirant for a pure goal, that is the first advantage. So first thing is, advantage of pure goal is, when your path is clean, the goal also getting purified. So aspiration for the pure goal is a benefit. The second advantage is even the fulfillment of goal. Sarva Kama, Moksha Kama. So they have a Sarva Kama also there, they have Moksha Kama also there. When they practice unmixed with Jnana, Karma and Yoga, they were, oh, you have, etc. So here you say that you have material desire, therefore you can't give up the Varnashrama. The people will say, again come back and say that because you have material desire, Varnashrama Dharma cannot be skipped. It is a flawed argument. That means it is a defective argument. No, it is not that way. It is not teachings of the Srimad Bhagavatam. What Srimad Bhagavatam says is, even if you have material desire, at least if you are convinced that just by practicing Navaida Bhakti, I will be fulfilling my desire. So this is what the Srimad Bhagavatam says, that you just practice the Navaida Bhakti, all your desires are fulfilled. The 11th canto, it says about in the Uddhava Gita, whatever goal can be attained by karma, jnana and yoga, vairagya, all of that, Krishna says, all of that my devotee can attain by pure bhakti. By simply practicing whatever they are getting, that also these people getting it. That means Jnana Karmadi Avati Bhakti. That is recommended in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So the very argument is that you have material desire. Okay, you can't give up the Varnashana Dharma. This is a flawed argument. So means defective argument is not that. The argument is not recommended by Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is, we have to be very clear. So what Jiva Goswami says that is in Bhakti Sattarbha, he described three categories of bhaktis. One is Arogya Siddhi Bhakti, promised by the Karma Kandis, Karma Yogis. Okay. Second is Sadhana Siddha Bhakti. This is prominent by the Raganuga Bhaktas. So we are all people. So Sadhana Siddha Bhakti. The third category is Swarupa Siddha Bhakti, is the topmost. Jnana Karma Adi Bhakti, where the practice of bhakti, there is no mixture of Jnana, Karma and Yoga. So Swarupa Siddha Bhakti can be practiced by a person who desires Krishna Prema, and also he says that performing by the person who has a moksha and material benefit also. So he also gets that. If you practice that, he gets both the things satisfied. If the material desires, if I have a material desire, I can't practice only Navanida Bhakti, but also Varnashma Dharma. So this is a people argument will come. I have a desire, so I can't do the Navanida Bhakti, so I will do the Varnashma Dharma. It is not that supported by the Gaudiya Sampradaya. We are not saying like that. It is also not the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. Therefore, we have to understand Srimad Bhagavatam is Akama Sarva Kama. Srimad Bhagavatam says even if you have a mixed desire, at least don't mix the path. At least keep the methodology straight. That's what the Srimad Bhagavatam says. Your goal should be mixed, but your path should be clean. Your means to attain the goal is Jnana Karmade Anavita Bhaktis. That should be very clear. One may have the material desire to reach moksha, one may attain it by Jnana Karmade Avarta Bhaktis. So this is the more clear there. Why don't even everyone accept it? Then the question comes in your mind. Why people are, it's so clear that this thing is that Navadha Bhakti, to why people not accepting it? So the answer to that, either they have go through the karma or path of jnana, even when it, so they must be karma yogis or they may be jnana yogis. But even in the bhakti yogas, devotees also, they mix with the bhakti with karma. That's what says that karma yoga, jnana yoga. So why are they eager to mix with karma? There could be two reasons why they are mixing it. One is that just because the highest perfection, just because it's the highest path, just by knowing it is not getting inspired to follow it. So Prema Bhakti is highest path. So people are getting, so they're finding it okay, inspired to follow it. So if you, nowadays for your example that the schools, the Narayana, Chaitanya, so these school student who are studying 8th standard, he has to study the book of the 11th standard. So what happened, so actually for their capacity that class is admitted and that level of books supposed to study. Instead of that, they to fast forward, they given a higher standard textbooks, how the children can cope up. So what they will do is, oh, I can't do it, so they will lose the interest. We need to have the security, okay, I should have intelligence, security. That kid will think that, okay, I should be born intelligent, then only I can read the books of 11th standard. Similarly, here also, the devotee, why he is mixing it, the thing is that the set goal is very high, so I should have sufficient sukriti to reach it. That's the one reason. The other one is that when you lack of sukriti, because I don't have thing, you will not get inspired jnana karmadi or anavata bhakti. So what happened? The children's like a set example only. A children of below average intelligent, slowly he will lose studying those 11th standard books when he was still in the 8th standard. So this is what happened. So these are the two reasons why Jnana Karmadi Anavata Bhakti is recommended, but people, even Bhaktas are not adopting it because they didn't have the conviction that they are having Sukriti. They think that, okay, without the Sukriti, I cannot do that one. I don't have the gift, blessings. The knowledge of a particular conclusion of one process will not necessarily inspire one to take up the process. So, even though Bhakta knows that yes, by practicing Navanida Bhaktis, I can reach the Krishna Prema, but because of the lack of confidence, so they are not interested to take that path, especially when it comes to Bhakti. This is the qualification one should have the sufficient Sukriti. So, Bhakta should have sufficient Sukriti. That's why they become Bhakta. Only one has a Sukriti, then this statement will make clear sense to them. Then take up. Why do people who seeming have that Sukriti? The devotee may. Excuse me. Hello? Krishna, Prabhu. I hear you. ನಾನು ಭಾಗದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಲಾ? Right, thanks. Why do people who seemingly have the Sukriti, why they are inclined in that direction? Because they are being misguided. So you should have that sufficient intelligence, then only you can do all the things and all. No? It's a myth. Without a proper Sambandha Jnana, or in that case of Vidya Jnana, therefore one gets set off distracted. So, because they didn't have a Sambandha Jnana and Avidya Jnana in this, especially in this sloka, so because they didn't have sufficient intelligence, they have been misguided, distracted. So, conclusion of that, Vishnu Chakravarti, what is talking about this sloka? Not only for those persons who have a desire to destroy all material desire should worship their Supreme Lord. So, not only person who have desire or destroy all the material desire should worship the Lord, but also those who have all desire, who have no desire also can do that. So, Akama means a pure devotee. So, Jiva Goswami says in his Sandarbha says that Akama means the person who has only happiness is happiness of the Supreme Lord. So, his only happiness is Lord's happiness. The word Sarvakama include all desires in general. The Moksha Kama means separated in order to cut down the people through that they are without desire. Since their desire is liberation. So, since they are liberation, they don't have desire. No. Moksha Kama is not Akama. There is a difference between Akama and Moksha Kama. Moksha Kama is not a pure devotee. Or the word can indicate that person desiring liberation is even more filled with a desire than the person desiring for material comfort. He has got more desire. Liberation person desiring for liberation has more desire than the person who is having normal material comfort. Since it follows directly after the word Sarvakama. So just to recap it, what we learned from today's sloka is Akama spirit is purport Prabhupada is given in that is Prajagopis, they are having 100% happiness because Krishna is the whatever Krishna's happiness is the Gopi's happiness. It's both are one only. There's no difference between Krishna happiness and Gopi's happiness. That's why it's 100%. Even Dwarka queens, they didn't have that Sukriti. So it is all exhibited in the spiritual world. So kama spirit is that desire one own satisfaction. So material desire satisfaction is fully exhibited the material desire. So it is kama, kama spirit is that the desire one owns the self. So everybody has some desires, okay? That is the kama spirit, and it is exists where it is exists in the material world. So moksha spirit is that become one with the Lord. So what is their goal? They want to become one with the Lord and merge with the Lord. One's own satisfaction and to be free from the material. Their why they want to merge with the Lord so that they will be free from the material desire, misery. So they don't want to face the miseries. So moksha kama is more than sarva kama. Because materialistic wanted temporary material relief. So materialistic people are temporarily, I have this problem, let me go to this demigod and worship so that I will get out of this problem. Okay, in a small way, and temporary material happiness is a small way also. So since it is small, so it is a temporary only. Whereas the moksha kama wanted a full material relief, he want completely relief from the material misery. So it is a bigger desire. So pure devotee don't want liberation. So they are not interested in liberation. That's a self-relief from the. That is self-relief from the misery of life. A pure devotee aspires for satisfaction of the Lord. So this is what the qualification of them. He aspires to for satisfaction of Lord, influenced by the kama spirit. So, example Arjuna. Initially he said, I don't want to fight, but after hearing Bhagavad Gita, he said that yes, he gave up that and he started fighting for the pleasure of Krishna. Devotee, when he pleased the Krishna, it is no devotee like when when a devotee pleases Krishna, he is fully satisfied. So it's completely satisfied. Here many said give up means that actually causing us the misery. Okay. Whatever misery causing us, that we should give up. So Arjuna, before Bhagavad Gita was spoken, he was in full of misery. So he started giving up the misery. That's why he is fully convinced and he accepted the pleasure of Krishna. So the conclusion also to this thing is that people having a small material desire, people they will the only people who worship the demigod. People have full intelligence, they worship the Supreme Lord. So thank you for joining. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hope it's very clear. And even if you have the material desire, still you can go ahead and worship the Supreme Lord. Jnana karma de avartya bhakti, practicing it. Navanida bhakti. Thank you. Right. Now I'm. What I'm saying.